Hello. Welcome to the House of Sewing. My name is William. I want to say hello to Donnell. Hello to Alibaba. I got that early. Ooh, 1882 Davis high arm vertical feed. Just got it back together and oiled it up and cleaned up a bit. That's awesome. So I did something while I was on vacation, and there's a reason why I'm on stop screen because it's kind of shocking. But I do this about every 6 months. I completely shave. So I just want to give you a second. I know it's shocking when I completely change my appearance. Hello, and welcome to my so-called life. I hope everybody's having a great evening. I'm going to find my opening in a second. Today has been a crazy day. I am sitting next to a sewing machine. Thank you. It's a bit shocking to people when I shave. When I went to Las Vegas, I did a social experiment. I shaved off my beard and people treated me different. It's funny that way. I had a good time, but before we get to any of the craziness, I just would like to say welcome to the House of Sewing. Well, who is this? Where am I? That's why I put Kirk and Spock and Uhura and McCoy in the alternate universe, because I always joke that when I grow my beard, I'm on the other side of the mirror. Oh, I should do my... Well, no, you know what? We're going to hang out tonight. We are going to hang out tonight. I'm not going to do my opening. It's been that kind of week, beginning of the week, and we're hanging out. We're having a good time. I can turn all this on without all the normal hoopla. But seriously, I hope everyone's doing well. I had adventures this weekend. I had absolutely nothing but fun, and I didn't get married, but someone's grandma and I almost got married. I'm kidding, kind of. But before we get to any of the festivities, let me get to my disclaimer. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so-called life airlines, and just remember, we have exits on both sides. That's a la izquierda and derecha. Yay, I think that's everything. I have a million devices in this room. That's why my opening takes so long, because I'm turning everything on. It's been a long day. It was I want to say like 102 today where I live. So I wasn't necessarily hanging out in my sewing room because it is hot in here. It gets really hot. But we're here for the loot. We are here kind of I had fun. And whenever I go somewhere like Las Vegas, I always end up meeting someone that's 10 to 15 years older than me because, I don't even know. I have no comeback for that one. That's just the kind of person I am. I had a great time in Las Vegas. I went absolutely crazy thrifting. I got lost looking for yeah. And I put in Mona's chat earlier that I found 3 Goodwills and a really weird thrift shop. I'm so sorry, a really weird pipe shop. And I was not kidding. It was actually one of those weird experiences. It reminded me of a 1980s after school special. I wandered into this store and this man was like, "Can I help you? Can I help you?" It was weird. It was weird. Ah, so I have to ask. So yeah, caught fire. Was that before or after your visit? It was definitely. It was definitely. When did it happen? I went looking for so yeah at like 11. And the problem is too in Nevada, it's much like Arizona, parts of California. Desert streets are like a mile and a half, 2 miles. So when you look at a map, you see the street, it's this big, and it says, "Oh, go 6 streets up this way." You're going 25 to 30 miles. So I was completely lost looking for so yeah, completely lost. This room is jam packed with all the stuff that I purchased. Let me see if I can. I've been trying to work my camera. We're gonna see if this works. I purchased this diamond sewing machine a long time ago. I destroyed a star sewing machine. I have to take my wallet out. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's be real. Go If you go in my shorts, I called it the Gojo incident. Go look at the comments of people are like, "Are you kidding me?" So this machine was made in occupied Japan. So that means after World War II. I got it going. This thing is a beast. But I want to test it out. I really want to test out this machine. So let me see if the camera works first. There we go. There we go. Okay, if you get vertigo, I apologize. This is you know what? I can't say what year this is from right off the bat, but this machine is a workhorse. The funny thing is, I got this for I want to say it was $25. No, I'm so sorry. It was $30, but because I gave the people in Nevada my phone number, this was half off. So I paid probably $15 for the table and everything. And the funny thing is, I walked into a Goodwill and there was a few sewing machines. As a matter of fact, let me put some pictures on Twitter and then I'll pull them up. But I had quite a selection. And people constantly talk about well, do you ever walk away from a sewing machine, William? I do. I promise you I do. Just not every day. But there were quite a few that I walked away from on this trip. Hey, Katie Krabs, great to see you. Great to see you. Welcome. Welcome. I definitely scored. Great to see you, Katie Krabs. Yay. I definitely scored on this trip. And the funny thing is, Donnell was speaking prophecy. I didn't purchase 3 sewing machines. I purchased 2, but I almost purchased 3. I had to stop myself because the prices have gone up. But I think that's more or less a sign of the times. Yay. Yeah, you do. But the one that walked away with, with the knowledgeable kid, I'm still mad about that. I'm actually still mad about that. There's this kid. I don't know what he thinks of me walking into the Goodwill all the time, but like, I gave him my phone number. I was like, if you ever see a sewing machine like that again, you give me a call immediately and I will come pick it up. Oh, okay. So every once in a while, there are sewing machines that get away. Okay, that's enough pictures. So, but before we get to the pictures, I want to see if this will sew my cowboy boot. So let's find out. Let me switch my angle real quick because I am so organized today. Yay! Hello. All right, so and I shaved to anyone tuning in. I know it's a bit jarring at first. Top of the upper, but that's it. These are my old cowboy boots. For a while, I needed to get new boots. I loved these things. I wore these literally until they started talking to me. But I'm gonna see if this sewing machine can handle sewing this back together. This is either a really bad idea or this machine is gonna hold up and punch through the leather. We're gonna find out right now. Let me switch my camera. I miss wearing these. I used to wear these every day, but as you can tell, like, because I walk funny, I wear boots now. And because of that, is that the right angle? There we go. All right. So let's see if this thing can sew through leather. Closing my eyes. Do you have a leather chisel needle? It helps a lot. No, I do not, but I put a brand new needle in here. Oh, a chisel needle. Oh, I speak English, I promise. Yes, there is a brand new leather needle in here. There is a brand new, specifically only for leather needle in here. We're going to find out. Keep in mind, I am the sewing machine. I am the destroyer of sewing machines and of kneecaps. Oh, let me grab my phone. It'll be fine. All right. So I'm going to start at the top piece. The camera is probably going to jump because this machine is powerful. And once I oiled it up, it thanked me. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right, let's clamp it down. Now, this is some late night live sewing right here. Oh, it worked! Oh, the camera jumped, of course. Do you know, every once in a while, my crazy daft ideas work. I need some scissors, which are all over the place. Every once in a while, my crazy ideas work. Are you running out of machines to fix or something? Hey, Deb, it's great to see you. I'm fixing places where I messed up when quilting my black and white quilt. Rip it. I do that. I am king seam ripper. It's because I get so distracted when I'm sewing. I've sewn so many arms together. It's not even funny. Great to see you, Debes. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Great to see you. Yay. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Yay. Hello, seam ripper. It's the name of my punk band. Yay. Hello. I'm so shocked that this machine is putting my old boot back together. We'll see what happens. Really, I don't care if it looks ripped. I just want to wear my boots again. But they were so flapping in the wind that I couldn't wear them anymore. So people are going to laugh when I show up to work wearing my old boots. I miss these. Do you know, a good pair of boots is like a cowboy hat, which I wear a cowboy hat every day, and they're hard to find, which reminds me of a very funny story. I went into Boot Barn in Vegas, which is one of the largest boot barns I've ever been to. And I'm hand painting a gnome riding a frog. That's a party right there. Now that's a party. I went to the largest boot barn that I have ever seen in my life, and apparently my head is so big that they rarely make cowboy hats my size. And I figured at one of the largest boot barns I've ever seen in my life, they would have a hat for somebody with a giant head such as mine, and they did not. It was really disappointing because I need a new hat. I keep on sewing my cowboy hat back together, and it's ratty. Okay, let's try this again. Oh. For $15, this machine is punching through leather. I'm excited. You know, I've been talking about this for so long. I am shocked that it actually worked. All right, so let's do this one more time. I don't want to sew it up too much. I got to get my foot in there. This is a really hard part, so we'll see if the machine can go through this or not. This is where he breaks the machine. Oh my God. Oh, it worked. Oh, good times. Good times. Let me jump back on. Well, I guess that can happen when you go to Boot Place looking for a hat. Boot Barn has a huge hat selection. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hats, but let me show you. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I know I have a cassava melon for a head. I know I have a huge head. My head is so big. Brace yourself. This is my actual hat size. So it's rare to find a cowboy hat that goes right on my head. All the hats I wear, I have to shape them. Every single one of my cowboy hats, I have to shape them. And even nowadays, buying hats that are my head size, I have to go to shops where they have hundreds of hats, because it's rare where someone will have a 7 7/8 hat. All right, I am excited. So the sewing machine actually worked. It put my ratty old boot back together. I absolutely miss wearing these boots. So I'm going to shine these up and start wearing them again. Oh, I'm really shocked that worked. Oh. Star of West Hat Company in Rapid City. Is that South Dakota, makes custom hats? I think I might be subscribed to that person. There's someone I've recently been watching that makes me want to make my own hats. They use a stump. I have everything. I have all the equipment that this person has. The torches, the stump. It's really inspired me to start making hats. You're almost custom hat size now, really. It's so true, though. It's so true. I think good call. That's one of the reasons why I started making those goofy bowlers, my wannabe pork pie hats, because even in the old school sense, it's hard to find a hat. Like, when I was younger, I was obsessed with derby hats. It's hard to find a derby hat that's my size. Bob has 2 hats from them. I definitely need to check that out. I just want a regular schmegular cowboy hat. It's not easy shopping. Oh, speaking of which, so I went back to the Goodwill bins. I was not kidding you when I said I was going to come back prepared. I came back with my gloves. I had long sleeves on. I was ready to go. I found all kinds of interesting stuff. I found a ton of fabric, actually. It's funny how People do not buy fabric and it ends up in the bins about to go to the trash. And I'm like literally buying it per pound. So it was amazing. Did you check out the leather cowboy hat kit from Springfield Leather Company? No, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I am in dire. Where's my cowboy hat? My hat is so rad. I love it though. Even when I was in Las Vegas, people were walking up to me. They're like, "I love your hat," and I'm like, "Thank you. It's ratty." I don't even know where to start. I went absolutely bonkers in Las Vegas. I purchased a ton of stuff. I'm constantly looking for denim, for anything that's sewing accessories. I bought a parts sewing machine, which I think you can see from here. I I own an obscene amount of 1980s and 1990s sewing machines. At first, it was the nostalgia. Then I got really good at fixing them. I got this weird reputation because everyone had one. So I started, it was all word of mouth at first, but then quite a few people gave me their machines. So I purchased a 1980s, 1990s parts machine, and I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. Oh, let me see. I don't even, you know what? There was so much that went on. It's, I got dad shoes. I purchased another pair of dad shoes. I found these at the Goodwill bins, just like my hat. It's hard finding a shoe that's my size. I wear a size 13, 13 and a half, depending on who you talk to and what shoe company it is. I'm excited. And I have hundreds and hundreds of these laces. So I was excited when I found these goofy shoes because I need some new dad grilling shoes. My New Balance are getting kind of old. I have a goofy collection of mini sewing machines that are off camera because some are like the shimmer and sparkle, and that one that had the rhinestones. So I'm gonna add that to the collection. And because it was a couple bucks and everything was half off, I think I paid like 75 cents for this. Ugh. I have this strange tradition. Size 13 is getting rare too. It's expensive. It's expensive, is what it is. Those are grandpa's shoes. Hi, Candace. How are you doing? I love goofy conversation piece. And because my feet are so huge, people look down. They're always like, they're constantly looking at my shoes because no matter what size pants I wear, my feet are, I'm a hobbit. I'm a real life hobbit and my feet stick out. Oh, I have I have a crazy collection of mini sewing machines. I have the craziest collection from like real functioning sewing machines like my Merit, even my Singer M1000 is functioning. These toy sewing machines shouldn't even be sold. I need that in my life. Well, I have an extensive collection of, yay, hello. Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. And welcome. I saw a Snow White Kid sewing machine today. Sewing Machine Museum reminded me of one today. Do you know, because I collect everything, I'm just like, grab it. I've said this a million times. Unless you collect mini sewing machines, go down to your local Goodwill and get get a functioning sewing machine. Yay, hello. So because I'm constantly refurbishing vests, I'm always looking for denim. Wearing denim vests, it started off because I ride bikes. So it started off riding bikes and and it kind of exploded from there. I found a hilarious vest Yay. My 13-year-old son wears a 13 shoe. He's already 6'1". Well, we grow them big in the South. I'm a hobbit. I am a hobbit. Oh, that's funny. Do you know what's really? I actually knew somebody that was 6'7", and we had the same shoe size. Oh, that's hilarious. Were you a magpie in a previous life? Collect all those shiny things? Does anyone remember the borrowers? Sometimes I feel like when I look at myself in the camera, I feel like I'm a borrower. Let me know if anyone ever read those books or has seen the movie. I'm a type A hoarder is what I am. I'm just glad I'm into sewing machines and antiques. I'm not collecting like Cheeto bags and McDonald's. Actually, you know what's really funny? I knew someone that collected McDonald's toys from the 1970s on. When she passed away, her collection was sold for an outrageous amount of money. An outrageous amount of money. So maybe sometimes hoarding pays off. He's Bilbo Baggins. I do go on adventures. I do go on adventures. Yes, the borrowers. I loved the borrowers, Deb. I loved the borrowers. Rita read the first book on her channel. Oh, that was my stuff back in the day. I absolutely love that. And I'm obsessed with The Hobbit too. This is Class A hoarder. No need to degrade to common hoarder. I like that. I'm a Class A hoarder. I've said it though. I only have this room in my closet. Everything else, I said this a long time ago. I dated someone in high school whose father was really into Cadillacs, which is a weird segue to my next vest. He was obsessed with, like, he had all these old school cars. He was a car show kind of guy. And you walked in their house, and their house was all car parts. They didn't have a couch. They had a 1957 Chevy back seat as a couch. And it was big, but Pops took the house over. And I promised myself when I got older, I wouldn't do that to a child if I ever had a child. So my kid runs the house. Oh, so you're a closet and garage hoarder. Yes, I am. My name is William, and I'm a hoarder. I feel like we're starting a meeting right now. My name is William. I am addicted to collecting sewing machines and denim. Oh. So I bought all types of crazy. Oh man, it's tight in here. I'm gonna have to move this sewing machine back to where it was. Oh. So that was a victory. This beautiful diamond sewing machine sewed my ratty old, yikes, 11-year-old boots back together, if not older. So I'm impressed. Oh, hold on. Welcome to the fleet, kid. Another beautiful addition. Don't forget tweed. I have an outrageous amount of tweed in this room. Just on that chair, under that poor skeleton's legs. That skeleton is completely hidden because most of that is tweed. Hello. My name is Chris, and I am a fabraholic. There, as a fellow fabraholic, you're in the right place, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Hello, my name is Reba Jr., and I'm addicted to anything pretty. Thank you. I would like to thank everybody for your contribution. I'm all of the above too. My son made me promise that I would stop picking up furniture off the street. And I was like, what is he talking about? When I drove him to school today, it's in a neighborhood. Somebody had half a house out. And I was like, look, I know I promised you, but if I see a sewing table, you're driving. Oh, but alas, I did not see a sewing table. I did not. Oh, you know what's so funny? I went to the Goodwill today and I dropped off my son. There really wasn't much happening at the MMA place. I drove to the Goodwill. I'm sitting in front of the Goodwill and I was like, William, you just spent an entire weekend thrifting. What are you doing here? I sat in the Goodwill parking lot just having a midlife crisis. Like, well, I just spent the past 3 days hardcore thrifting. I went to almost every thrift store that I can get my hands on in Las Vegas. And Savers, anywhere I could go. I went crazy this weekend. Oh, perfect. And I ended up right back at the Goodwill by my house. I took apart the industrial machine and table and moved it out of my room Sunday. Turns out the guys had a bet that I would have the space filled in 24 hours. Took me 6 hours. Oh, I know. That is beautiful. I know the feeling. Every 6 months, I take out my keyboard and put it away. And every time the keyboard comes out, someone's like, were you having a bad day? Were you having a bad day? I was obsessed with like synthesizer music. I'm gonna age myself real quick. And as the years went on, that way of life has faded away. Not with me. I go full synthwave in this room, but you know, I'm in my 40s. Oh, I know the feeling. I'm looking at my keyboard right now because I should take it out of here because I need the room. But when it sits in my closet, I look at it and I'm like, you have a functioning keyboard just sitting there and it's just going to waste. I think I might give it to someone inspiring. Send me an email if you send me email if you're an inspiring artist. Oh, you have a guitar? If I had a functioning guitar, I would just be sitting here holding it. I'm obsessed with that old school sound. Oh, I got one years ago with a standing chair. Can't play a tune to save my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what inspired a lot of this is my father was from Savannah, Georgia, and I would take lessons to learn to play all these musical instruments. I took lessons to learn how to play the guitar. My pops picked up a guitar, just started playing it. I took lessons to learn how to play the banjo. He just picked up a banjo and started playing it. You're into synth pop for sure. It's my calm down music. I remember my 40s. But when I went through all this stuff when he passed away, I found this keyboard and I was like, we could have been rocking out this whole time. I was mad when I found the keyboard. So every 6 months I pull out the keyboard. Bob was learning to play a banjo. He bought it 20 plus years ago. I've had a banjo for a very long time and I'm still just picking and grinning. I could play like 5 songs and I've had a banjo in my life. Hey, Mona, great to see you. Great to see you. I tried to play Twinkle Twinkle for a week and it was like, nope, no thank you. For me, it was the Beverly Hills Cop theme song. Like I had to learn the dun, 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 dun. Yay! Hello, hello! Great to see you, Mona. Great to see you. Yay! So I literally got lost going to So Yeah. I got lost. You know when people tell you get lost, I literally got lost. Do you know how big Las Vegas is? The outer area is humongous, and I got extremely lost. Yay! Hello, hello. Great to see everybody. But like I said, I found 3 thrift stores along the way. Oh, I had such an adventure. I had such an adventure in Las Vegas. This was definitely this was one of the most productive thrifting adventures. You got to learn a song you like to start playing. Absolutely. Absolutely. This was one of the most productive trips I've had in a very, very long time. Yay! Hello, hello. Do you know this table has inspired me to rearrange this entire room? I just need to find the energy because by the time the week is over, between my job, raising a teenager by myself, and driving back and forth in traffic every day, I don't want to deal with anything. But I'm going to rearrange this room. I used to always have a sewing table right here. I had my Nelco N100. For every machine in this room, I had an old ratty clone that I fell in love with. So I might put this machine right here, but do not quote me on that. Yay, hello, hello. Slowly I'm recruiting all my friends to thank you. But seriously, everybody who has recently subscribed, I absolutely thank you. I am just a shrub who loves to sew on the internet. I'm a real life hoarder. And yeah, I live in a fabric store. How many machines did you find? I found 2. Donnell predicted 3. At 2, I was like, oh. The problem is, I live in Southern California. It's no secret. But I'm trying to type and talk at the same time, which does not work. But in Las Vegas, everything is cheaper. And so because everything's cheaper, I go a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. But let me find, okay. This machine was next to the one that I purchased. I haven't been to Vegas in years, spent too many long hours there at trade shows working. Las Vegas reminds me of Arizona in the early 2000s. It's completely booming. Right now, they have the Raiders. They're probably going to get a basketball team. They have a baseball team now. It's become a major city. Mona, he couldn't just let me have the prediction trophy. Who don't mess around? Homie the Clown. I loved that show as a kid. I loved that show. How's it going, Dose? How's it going? I went a little crazy in Vegas. Hold on, let me how's it going? Great to see you, Dose. Great to see you. Oh. So this machine was next to the one that I was showing you. I couldn't justify buying both of them, and they only wanted like $29, but I couldn't justify buying the machine. So the singer Diana stayed in Las Vegas. And this other machine, they wanted $100 for that. And I know it's a clone. Like I said, I purchased this whole machine and table for $15. So it's kind of hit or miss. But this was at one of the largest assistant league thrift stores I've ever seen in my life. I bought a couple of shirts. It's a bit overpriced, but they help out senior citizens. And because I was raised by senior citizens, I have a soft spot for, and I'm well on my way. Oh, yay. Hello, hello. So are you going to tell? Yes, I'm going to tell. So on Wednesday, I will be on Donnell's channel at 3:00 West Coast time. And then on Saturday, Donnell is going to be here in the House of Sewing, and I'm going to go live 5 o'clock West Coast time. I'm going to go a little bit early. Yay! You know what's funny? I have so much going on right now. I'm overwhelmed. I went crazy. When I went thrifting. You're so lucky you didn't get that one. So the dirty Diana. Poor Diana. I almost went back and got Diana, but she looked like a lot of work. Too much. Now I get the Diana jokes. I always read ahead in the chat. That is the same as the machine you got. Yay! Absolutely. Rah rah! Did the Niners win? I was actually. Oh, they're showing the highlights right now. I was watching it, but I had to set up for the show. I forgot it's that time of year. I forgot about that. Yay! Hello, great to see you, Skids. Great to see you. Niners spanked them. Good. Not an Aaron Rodgers fan. But everyone's welcome here, even New Jersey Jets fans. Oh, okay. So everyone knows I'm obsessed with refurbishing denim. I've made a bunch of vests. There's designs on some of these vests. I take it as a challenge. And the bigger the patch on the back of the vest, I take it as an extreme challenge. This vest kind of made me laugh. And another reason why I purchased this is because this is real denim, and it's becoming harder and harder to find real denim because everything now is that weird blend. And eventually we're gonna have no option, so get used to it. But I'm constantly looking for old school denim, and this is real. But I had to laugh. A lot of people move from Southern California to people move from around the world to Las Vegas. I find a lot of stuff from Southern California and end up bringing it back to Southern California. This table has a Southern California sewing machine tag on it. This came from Huntington Beach, went to Las Vegas, and came all the way back to my house. And this vest is from the Antelope Valley, which is out in the desert, but it's still LA County. It counts. Palmdale, where you at? You still count. But I'm eventually going to cover all of this. But when I put this on, I was wondering why the pockets were so heavy. Because this thing is heavy. Then I discovered this thing has pockets for 4 mags. This thing has all these. This is like a tactical vest, And I'm going to tell you, if you need to walk out with this many mags, don't leave the house. Or there's 5 organizations that would gladly take you. It just made me laugh. This is a total Rambo vest. So I'm definitely going to put some flowers on this one. Oh, a shoplifter's vest. Oh, now I have Jane's Addiction stuck in my head. Thank you so much for stopping by, Deb. Thank you so much. Today's I had a great time watching Moda's stream today because it reminded me that tech issues happen all the time. I have tech issues all the time. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, Deb. So I'm gonna cover that vest. It's been a while. It's been a long time because now I just get my so-called life patches and I put them on the back of a vest because when I'm walking around, it literally promotes my YouTube channel. We had fun with the tech issues. And those are the best streams. You guys are awesome. I love watching your streams. Oh, yes, finally figured what it was. When I first started YouTube, it was nothing but tech issues, especially during the pandemic, because all of a sudden everybody had time on their hands. A lot of people were home, and people were like, they start talking like, "Can you hear me?" And you couldn't hear them. That whole era was a mess. That whole era was an absolute mess. Oh, whoops. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So I think I might have said this. I have this weird tradition where last week was worse. Rowena machine crashed. Oh, you know what's really funny? I had a sewing machine completely bonk out on me about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I almost cried live on YouTube. I was like, you can't cry on YouTube. You cannot cry on YouTube. I was so mad. I was so mad. I was having a bad day. I was muted. I still do that all the time. I give speeches. I give speeches while I'm muted. Oh, because I do a lot of Francisco and I do a lot of hand stitching. At least that's my justification. Every time I go to Vegas, I buy yarn. The last two times I purchased powder blue. I have enough powder blue to last me a lifetime. So I had to buy good old black. So I'm going to start doing a lot more slow stitching and hand stitching again, because that's something that I love. Francisco in America, like in the American version, is called slow stitching, but it's something that I love doing. And when I'm stitching, like in the car or something, people are like, "What are you doing, sir? What are you doing?" All right, let me move everything over. It's a mess. It is a mess in here. I purchased all kinds of amazing stuff because it started off with battle vests, but I love sewing denim. So I went a little crazy with denim this trip. All right, let me move this. Oh. Whoops. Oh. Fits like a glove. Oh, man. Okay, let me move this. Oh. What? No tweed? Let's see. I have my grandpa's shoes. I have so much stuff. I had to write it all down. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay. So I love wearing overalls and coveralls. And to tell you the honest truth, I don't care if it makes me look like Elmer Fudd. You can call me Elmer Fudd. I love wearing overalls. I went back to Sandy Thrift. It is 30,000 square feet of a thrift store. It's one of the largest thrift stores that I've seen that isn't commercial. Their prices, I hate to say this, but their prices are a bit high. But I walked in there and spent a bunch of money. For a thrift store, it's a bit yuppie, but I love the place. I absolutely love the place because I want to promote the place, but I don't want to send people there thinking that it's Disneyland of thrift stores. You're gonna spend money when you go there. But oh, and you know what the funny thing is? That these are so huge. These are so huge. These are gonna fit over my pants. But I love wearing over. Oh, and these are a bit big. I love these. I bought 2 pairs. I had the intentions of making shorts out of one. I don't know. I walked into work wearing the other pair today, and they were like, "Oh, you went crazy in Las Vegas." Let me switch my angle really quick. I almost forgot. See, this is why I take notes. Okay. There we go. I know it's a bit Elmer Fudd. I love overalls, coveralls. I love that place, Sandy Thrift, on the border of Nevada and California. It's a weird place, but it's an amazing place. I do hardcore work for a living, so I live in clothes like this. I'm excited. Overalls are cool. I remember wearing it. I remember wearing it in high school and only with one strap. The good old days. I forgot about that. I forgot. Now I have poison stuck in my head. It's one of those things where I love wearing clothes that also are functionable. At my work, I carry all kinds of crazy stuff, and having something like this is perfect. And these are also affordable. I love overalls, just not for me. I look like Oompa Loompa. Candace, now I have poison stuck in my head. To be fair, though, Donnell, that's why I don't wear really tight pants, because I feel the same way. That's why I constantly go off about like girl jeans. That's why I'm constantly buying jeans, because where I live, they truly do not make jeans for men. They do not. You even got a snowsuit, and you live in California. That is basically an overall. The snowsuit is amazing. Every person who's come over to my house is like, I want to see the snowsuit. I want to see the snowsuit. Oh, what happened to my... Oh, man, my phone cannot... my poor old phone cannot hang in the heat. You look like an undercover police posing as a hillbilly. Do you know what's really funny? I hope everyone laughs at me when I say this, but I shaved, and like, oh man, people were talking to me. I was feeling my oats. I was having a good time in Vegas, and I went to this one club. I was hanging out, and this woman walks up to me, and she's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey," and she looks at me, and she's like, "Are you a cop?" I was like, "Excuse me." Excuse me, you walked up to me. Oh, it made me feel old. I love leggings and long, loose shirts. I'm all about comfortable clothes. That's why I make more practical clothes. I try not to make artsy fartsy stuff. That's why I make a lot of jackets and pants, because I actually wear what I make. I'm in this weird place in my life where I'm about comfort over everything else. Like this, literally, this is how I would walk in public. Because I really do not care what people think. Oh, an undercover hillbilly cop. But I absolutely love this. What else? Oh, I bought a red flannel, to be completely cliche. I'm washing a lot of the stuff I bought, mainly everything. I constantly talk about this because I thrift all the time, and I purchase large amounts of clothes. Wash everything. Wash everything. Bed bugs and scabies are real. Flanneling. Do you know what's so funny? I didn't come to appreciate flannel until I moved to Oregon. Absolutely, Mona. I wash everything. I call it flash fry, because at my job we have the washers and dryers, the big industrial ones that they have at laundromats. So I take all the stuff I purchase and I wash it twice at my job. True story. In certain places where I live, they will not let you walk in if you're wearing a flannel. I worked at a really fancy place in Oregon, and I remember asking them, like, so can anyone walk in here? And they're like, yeah, we don't care. Oh. And so, yes, it is illegal in California. Overalls and tidy whities are like peanut butter and jelly. Oh. In certain places, because I'm all about dressing down. I went through this really weird phase where I used to wear structure. I don't know if anyone used to go to malls, but I went through this weird phase where to me it wasn't preppy, but I would wear like a nice shirt with a pair of pants. And then one day I was like, who am I dressing up for? Who am I dressing up for? And the funny thing is, when I started wearing what was comfortable to me, I attracted more people because I was comfortable with myself. It's funny how those things work out. So my structure days are way over. And if you remember the structure, you're awesome. And you're probably my age. Oh, let's see. What else did I buy? I went a little crazy. So when I went to the Goodwill bins, it's literally like sharks feeding. It's literally like the piranha tank. They have all these bins out and people are just rummaging through everything. So when I came this time, I was ready. I was just grabbing stuff, throwing it in my cart because I'm a fabric hound. I think that I could remake anything. If you give me any kind of fabric, I'm like, oh, I can make something out of that. So not knowing what a lot of this stuff is, I just blindly grab everything. I have a serious question. What is this? What is this? What is this? Is this a vest? If this is what I think it is, this is kind of lame. But I'm going to rework this and turn it into something else. Oh, it is a vest. It is a vest. It's a Rancho. I bought 2 of them. I bought 2 of them. I found them at the Goodwill bins. Did I score it on now or what? I found not 1, but 2 of these at the Goodwill bins. And I'm definitely going to refurbish this as something. Have you ever made double knit reversible slacks like on Parents Just Don't Understand song? Oh, I need to look because I was watching the bomb. There was a pair of pants that I couldn't remember where I saw them, but I knew it was Andre 3000. I was watching Bombs Over Baghdad video, and I'm going to recreate a pair of pants that he's wearing in that. So I will look that up. I will definitely look that up. I think you scored big. And I'm literally just looking for fabric. So I'm grabbing things. I have 2 of them. Oh, Jazzy Jeff and Press Prince video. The good old days. The good old days. Do you know what's so funny? Well, at least it's patriotic. That is High Plains drifter stuff, but South American. I like that. Well, at least it's patriotic. Oh, I was raised in a military family, so that makes me laugh when you say, "Oh." Your room reminds me of the first verse of that song. that that was a set. I remember that video. Do you know? I actually listened to the LL Cool J radio station. It's called Rock the Bells on Sirius. And in the car, I'm bumping. Parents don't understand, and they were like, "Yeah, that was Will Smith." And my son was like, "Will Smith was a rapper." I said this. I said this like a month ago. I almost crashed. I looked at him and hit the brakes at the same time, like, are you kidding me? But you know, my son is considerably young. I'm not gonna lie. The more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. Just can't do that fringe. Oh, trust me. Well, I won't be wearing this around my biker buddies. That would definitely send the wrong message. But like I said, I'm grabbing mass amounts of fabric and mass amounts of stuff at the bins. And man, I went insane this time. Yeah, I had to school my kids on Will Smith too. I was shocked. But again, because of my age, when I think of Will Smith, I think of the progression of his career from the very beginning until now. Don't tell him about Queen Latifah, Ice-T, and Ice Cube. For me, it was watching. Is it Are You There Yet? I was like, the whole movie. I'm just, oh, good times, good times. Okay, so what else did I buy? I bought corduroy pants that fit, and they have that grandpa elastic in the front. I was stoked when I saw those. I was like, yoink! These are going home with me. Oh man, I bought a ton of fabric. But I bought like just common stuff because I'm looking for liner because I always buy stuff that's on the outside, but I never think of what I'm gonna line my project with. So I went a little bit crazy buying stuff to line my projects. Let's see, I bought the dad shoes. Mm. All right. I also I bought this with full intentions of putting a bunch of patches on it, but I might not. I might keep it. I need one shirt. So I have a bunch of really amazing vests, but there's a bunch that I do not wear to my son's school. And LL Cool J's daughter thought he was an NCIS actor. Nope, he'll always be Luscious Lips. LL Cool J trips me out too. He trips me out. I think like he has not changed. He still looks the same. It's weird. I've seen him in person and it's weird. Like we all age. We all age. But he to me, he looks exactly as he did 25, 30 years ago. It's weird. I will say though, as somebody who dresses like people did 30 years ago, when I saw him with the Kango hat with the with the pant leg rolled up, I'm like, sir, you have an AARP card. But I knew senior bikers, so I shouldn't be too hard on LL. Oh man, I bought so much. I'm like, I know I'm skipping over things. What did I had such a good time. I met a bunch of people. I'm not kidding you. I almost married someone's grandma. I had a great time in Vegas. Right now, there is someone's grandma singing in the kitchen. And they're like, why is grandma so happy? Because her and old Uncle Sewing had a great weekend in Las Vegas. Good times. Good times. What else did I buy? Oh, do you know what's really funny? I was staying in that same hotel that I was talking about last time. I went right back because I was staying there for a couple of days. I know she was going to give me a good price, so I went back. There's all kinds of weird resorts and everything, but it's not necessarily on the best side of town. So it makes me laugh, and this is because of Kilroy. Kilroy, you're missed. You're missed. That seedy hotel. But Gilroy pointed out a while ago that they read reviews on Amazon. So ever since then, I read reviews for everything. And I'm sitting in this hotel reading reviews. Oh, on the wrong. It is though, because once you pass the Stratosphere and start heading towards Fremont Street, that's the scary side of Vegas. And the funny thing is, the famous thrift store, the Rick's thrift store, the one that was on AMC, the one that was on A&E, I think, or the Discovery, wherever, the famous Vegas thrift store, that's on the scary side of town. But because people leave me alone. Like no one's messing with me. But it makes me laugh when people are like, I'm reading reviews and people are like, this hotel is amazing, but the neighborhood is scary. You just have to look around to see that the neighborhood is scary. All scary parts of town around America, at least, all look the same. You could be in Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Los Santos. It doesn't matter. They all look the same. Laugh aloud, he's just going to run through all the networks. Oh, I had such a good time. I had such a good time in Las Vegas. But it makes me laugh how, like, all I'm saying is if you're going to stay in a hotel, do some research. Make sure that you're not staying on the scary side of town. That's all I'm saying. Oh man, this is hot. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of stuff, and I am. It's because I went absolutely insane buying stuff, and now because I have a mental map of where everything is in Las Vegas, I know where every thrift store in Vegas is now. I have better knowledge of Las Vegas than I do of certain parts of my own town. I found, a couple of trips ago, I talked about the empty casino where I have to pull my SIM card out. I found an empty mall and they had artwork where all the shops were. It was the strangest thing. You'll see it in my Friday So's video. I might release a video before because I have a ton of footage, but it was so strange to me to walk through a dead mall. As someone who grew up as a real life mall rat, they do not necessarily exist anymore. Even the mall by my house, it was the meaning of opulence and decadence. It had a fountain like Vegas in the middle of it. And it's weird, in my hometown, anything past the fountain now is closed because Sears doesn't exist anymore. So that is obvious. Everything's closed. Everything is boarded up. It looks terrible. But in Vegas, and well, in Nevada, instead of boarding everything up, they put artwork everywhere. And it is the strangest thing to see artwork instead of stores. I don't know. It was surreal to walk through a mall by myself. I felt like I was in a movie. And that's what I get for being early to the Sandy thrift store. I was on a business trip, and since it was a high school basketball state champs, all the rooms were taken. Stayed at a hotel where the clerks were behind the glass. Exactly. You have to be careful because Las Vegas is really deceptive because they have all these hotels with all these amazing names, but some of them are you're putting your life in your hands. And in a lot of ways, people, I'm biased. And for anyone subscribed to my channel, they'll know that I go to bat for LA. A lot of people talk trash about where I live. Everything they say about LA, when I was in Las Vegas, I'm like, this is everything they say about LA. But everything's legal in Las Vegas. Next day, I moved to a better hotel and saw my hotel on TV because of a hostage situation. I'm telling you, Las Vegas is crazy. See, Katie Crafts knows. Do you know what's funny? I might have read your review. There was this one hotel across the street. It was called the Thunderbird. I was reading the Thunderbird reviews and I'm like, oh man, I'm never gonna stay. But I'm literally staying across the street from the Thunderbird. And it looks good. The rooms and everything, all of it looked good. But the area is one of the scariest places in Las Vegas. Oh man. I'm trying to think. I went nuts. I bought a lot of work shirts. I bought a lot of just support stuff because a lot of my stuff for my job is starting to age out. And because I have a hardcore job, things get ratty fast. I was near Pittsburgh. Like I said, all most downtown areas, they have that element. They have that, like, are you sure you want to be here side of town? I'm one of those people though, I don't know. Because I'm cheap, it adhered to my style. Oh man, let me see. I got lost going to yeah. So on the way home, when I went to Sandy Thrift, I wanted to go crazy because I have all these patches. I'm looking for a new vest. I know that's laughable because I'm sewing like 4 or 5 vests right now. And I have a ton of patches. I have a terrible patch addiction. So I keep on making these jackets left and right. I walked into the thrift store and I asked the guy, I'm like, where are your denim jackets? He's like, oh, they're in the other room. This thrift store has 6 aisles of women's denim jackets. If you are hunting for a denim jacket, I mean, from the 1980s all the way up, they had every kind of denim jacket you could possibly think of, but they were all women's. And for anyone who knows me, I'll wear a coat, a woman's coat, but it has to be in my size. Because when it comes to denim coats, there's a certain cut where it's all this exact same cut. There's no difference. But it made me laugh because it's paradise for anyone who wants to wear a woman's denim coat, but they just were not anywhere near my size at all. And I was like, do you guys have a big and tall section? It's weird to me because that entire area, Prim, Nevada, is abandoned. It's a sad sign of the times because when I was a compulsive gambler 7 or 8 years ago, that place was thriving. It was jumping. It was alive. All the restaurants were open. It was a fully functioning casino. And it's weird to me to walk the malls. Every store was filled. And I loved that particular mall because they were all outlet stores. And everything was cheaper. That whole industry has disappeared. Gonna throw a quilt block on one of mine. Haven't worn in years. Absolutely. Awesome. I didn't know that about denim jackets. There's a shirt. There's a shirt that I wear. It's a denim shirt. I wear it all the time. And someone I work with was like, come here, bro. Let me see that. And they looked at the tag. They're like, you're wearing a woman's shirt. I'm in it like 6 or 7 years. I have a skull patch on it. Don't know the difference. I honestly cannot tell the difference. Of course, the buttons are on the other side, but let me tell you, no one notices. No one. Well, the people I work with, they're starting to get a fashion eye, and I can tell the people, like, when I put Mona on, like, everyone's up, we're like sitting there at our breaks, and people are like, okay, they're taking notes. So I noticed people have much more of a fashionable eye at my job. And I come in wearing crazy stuff all the time, So they're used to my crazy style. All right. And for the record, Kilroy was acting like I'm forcing people to watch Mona. And for the record, I do because I'm in charge. And it's not only Mona, we now watch Donnell too. And if you're on early in the morning and I say hi and don't say anything else, I'm at my job. And there's a bunch of welders sitting there with their helmet half open watching TV. Oh, good times. Good times. So recently, hold on. Before I get to that, let's see. Do you know, I went so crazy thrifting. I stopped in Barstow, California. My fashion these days is sweats and a tee. That's how everyone dresses. That's very fashionable nowadays, Mona. I've just noticed a bunch of gruff humans have become very, very their views have changed. Oh, good times. Good times. It was hotter in my hometown than it was Las Vegas. So while it was hot, it wasn't as hot. When I left my hometown, it was 108. And when I got to Vegas, it was 98 degrees. I was walking around. I was like, I don't want to tell people that it is glorious here compared to where I live. Laugh aloud for now. I'm going to have to start saying hello to William and coworker. Well, if I'm chatty, I'm at the house. If I'm not chatty, I'm at work. Like the other day you were on in the morning, we were busy, so I couldn't even be like, hello. But I had you up in the morning. I used to always wear suits and dresses. No more. I gave them all away. Do you know what's really funny? When I finally got the job that I have now, I went through this really weird phase of my life where I stopped getting dressed up, and I don't miss it. I do not miss it at all. So I know exactly what you're saying. There's a certain standard where I live where you have to dress a certain way. You have to wear certain labels. I'm not going to spend. Do you know what's really funny? Because I'm a thrift store kind of guy, I wouldn't necessarily spend $30 or $40 for a t-shirt. And I know people that everything in their closet is nothing but $50, $60 shirts. I think that's crazy. Because someone like me, I'm going to buy the same shirt at the Goodwill 3 years later. Oh, I've always had jobs where I could wear jeans and t-shirts. Oh, I miss that. I wish. I had a lot of jobs where I had to get dressed up, or certain social situations. I have fancy suits. I do not feel comfortable wearing a suit. I don't know what it is. It's just in me. I think it's because I have breathing issues. I don't like wearing a tie. When I wear a tie, I feel like I'm being joked. I used to wear a bow tie. For anyone who knows me, I used to wear a bow tie all the time. I don't like bow ties either. Me dressing up is doing makeup and leaving my hair down. Oh, for me, it's wearing a shirt with sleeves. I dressed up for years. When I worked at EDS, they said no denim. It was a Texas company. You know, I actually worked at a job in Texas. I loved Texas because everybody was wearing denim. I looked like everybody else. I worked in Brownsville, Texas. I throw a temper tantrum if I have to wear a dress. If I'm wearing a suit, I'm going to court. It's so funny. The same suit I got married in, I got divorced in. I remember my father told me, he's like, well, you're never going to wear it again, so you might as well wear it. And he was right. It's in my closet. I still have it. And one of the jackets was sold. I think a moth attacked it, and I wasn't even mad. Oh, oh, good times. So not only do women buy a dress they're going to wear once, men buy suits they're only going to wear once. Does it? Okay, so, well, actually, I'll get to that later. So where you live, moths scare me. I have mothballs. I'm not kidding you. In my closet, they're wrapped in plastic bags and I open them, but I have boxes of mothballs. More than crickets, I am not a fan of moths. I live in a fabric and a thrift store. My house is a Goodwill. If you went through all my stuff, you'd be like, dude, you could open up your own Goodwill. Get help. If you saw everything I owned, you would be like, man, you have your own store here. So moths and I do not get along at all in any way, shape, or form. Wool moths are so destructive. Yes, they are. They are. And I didn't understand. My grandmother had mothballs everywhere in her house. It's because she wanted to preserve her clothes. She had minks that were older than me. She had all these things that she was preserving. And now I understand why she waged a full war on moths. Because, she had this big giant house. She had all these closets to herself, but she wasn't wearing any of this stuff, but she wanted to preserve it. So I learned from my grandmother. I've gone to war. I've actually Googled all kinds of stuff. I've looked up everything you can do to stop moths because I live in a thrift store. Let's see. So I stopped in Barstow, California. It's out in the middle of nowhere kind of town, literally in the middle of the desert. It's one of those places where you get gas on your way to Vegas, but it's a bigger town. It's an old railroad town. So it was something like 150 years ago. Absolutely. There are so many things. If you ever hear me say my predecessors or this person or that, I'm talking about my grandmother, my father, or my grandfather. They were coal mines, but they also were teachers. They were teachers. They were like, no, we're going to teach you how to live your life and how to preserve things. And my grandmother was like a white glove kind of person. Like, she was no joke. I had to stop myself from thrifting out in Barstow. I had been thrifting for 3 days. I'd gone crazy, and I'm at a Starbucks because I got gas and I was kind of tired. So I went and got coffee, and I'm Googling thrift stores near me. And I had to have a talk with myself. I was like, William, again, I had to have a talk in the mirror. I was like, you have been thrifting. You have been thrifting for 3 days. You need to calm down. It didn't work today, but it worked yesterday when I was in Barstow. But one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is because I had never been there before, and I had this version of this place in my head. I thought it was going to be this really scary, like, cracked out place, and it wasn't. It was really clean because of modern social engineering. Everything was beautiful. I had a great time. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. Next on Wednesday, I will have a ton of sewing. I will be doing a ton of sewing on Wednesday. Tonight is me just going through all of the junk that I purchased in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mona. I'm going to be doing laundry until like 2 or 3 tonight. Because I'm washing fabric, I'm washing clothes, I'm folding, separating, I'm cutting for certain projects. So, like I said earlier, I purchased this sewing machine because I own probably, when I say 30 or 40, I mean 50 of these 1980s, 1990s sewing machines. Excuse me. This thing is missing a ton of pieces. I got it. It says $12, but I paid half price for this. I probably paid $6 for the. Oh yeah, there it is, $12.99. I paid half price for this. I'm gonna completely take this apart and fix like 4 or 5 different sewing machines. Yay! Your sewing machine got a slick rig patch on it. I'm gonna these are amazing. These are meant to hold pins. It kind of is like a slick rig patch. Oh, I look like a villain now. My head is so huge. Oh, that reminds me. Where is that crazy thing? Thank you so much, Dose. That's a great segue. Where is that crazy thing that I purchased? Okay. Okay. So I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is, but when I saw this at the bins and I was like, yoink. I look like I look I have no idea what this is, but when I got it, I was like, oh, this is for me. Oh, this is for me. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. This will be incorporated into a villain. Okay, do not use that as a pincushion while on. Oh, pinhead villain brother pincushion. Oh, dude, you need to see my face. Oh, Dose, they'd kick me out. They'd kick me out. or I could go full Centauri, like Babylon 5. This is full. Ah, Mr. Morden. Oh, this is full Babylon 5. I have no idea what this Mohawk feather duster. Oh, I have no idea what this is, but now I look like a Centauri from Babylon 5. I've been watching Babylon 5, so it's fresh on my mind right now. When I found this, I was like, I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but I need it in my life. Hoarding. See, I constantly talk about this. If you're having a bad day, if something's going on in your life, put on something goofy. Put on something goofy, and I guarantee you your day will change. Look, this is my goof hawk. This is my goofy. Dose said I won. Drag race. Shantae, you stay. Get that high collar thing going, and it's the look. You're so lucky that I would not use that as the Wednesday thumbnail. Pity. That was my first thought, Dose. I pity the fool. That was my first thought. I put this on in the car. I was driving around Las Vegas with this thing on my head. I was like, well, they're weird here. No one will care. They are weird here anyways. I forgot about this. Crazy. Let's get the side view. And now that I shaved, I just have a face cut in mahogany. Oh, it's a bad hairline toupee. I'll take it. Oh, Or should I switch my profile? Do you know when people started doing that Roman thing where they started doing the profile pictures of like the side view of their face? I think I need one with this. I just don't know if I can sit long enough without laughing. Oh, Warrior. I loved that movie. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I loved that movie. Oh man, I've been at least 3 different characters for Halloween as a kid. A trainee headpiece for Vegas dancer. I still know my son walked in here and is looking at me like I'm on drugs. Oh, that on a patch. That's not a bad idea. I found this in the Vegas bins. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. Whatsoever. Hey, will you do me a favor and grab your dear old dad something sugary? Okay. Will you grab me a Hawaiian punch if it's left and an orange soda? I'm sitting here drinking water like a good Elton John would be proud. Man, if Elton John lived near me, he'd be stealing my clothes. He would be stealing my clothes. Oh, so needless to say, when I found this, I was like, oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. I look like a Babylon 5 character. I look like a Centauri with this thing. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Do you know what's sad? When we're at the grocery store, my son has much more of a health sense than I do. I'll tell you that much. I went to Vegas and all I got was his headpiece. This does look like second place. This is like the second place prize. Like, oh, second place. Your son is on the way to buy a truck. Oh, he's like, you should see him. He is my little conscience. When I'll get like, they didn't have Hawaiian punch, so I grabbed an orange soda, and he was like, do you know how much sugar in that is in that? And in the store, I looked at my son, I said, I'm a grown A man. Put it in the cart. Put it in the cart. These new age kids reading labels. Back in my day, we just looked like, oh, it's leaded. Oh, we all know you didn't buy that, but what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not nowadays, because everybody has cell phone cameras. I'm not kidding you. I had a really good time in Vegas this time. I had a really good time. And judge me. Judge me. I came home. I was driving home like this. Oh, I would be like, did I ask for your opinion? Are you paying for this? I do. It depends on how hangry I am. It depends on how hangry. Like, I love chocolate ice cream. And my son will try to get in between me and my giant tub. And I'm like, get out of my way. Oh. Reefer Gallery makes a great moth spray. Turkish carpet repair place recommended it. Thank you, Katie Crafts. I'm always looking for anything to repel moths. Anything. I have these weird lights that I purchased from Amazon. They're like mini bug zappers. They work. They work. I have them all over my house. Katie, you the bomb chica. I am open to anything like that. If you have any advice in anything in that realm, please let me know. Because between the crickets and the moths, I am not a fan of bugs. But as far as the crickets go, as far as moths go, they do not yell like crickets do. And you know, this is You guys got me going. I'm gonna add an extender on this. I think I have a character, my sewing character. Total Bond villain. Hold on, let me go over the other eye. That one's more. Actually, no, that's my bad eye. Hold on. I think they're both bad now. Oh, I used to have a heavy stigmatism, and because I don't wear my glasses, I think my eyes have evened out. Oh, yeah, I lost a wedding dress to moth. See, I wasn't mad when they attacked my the suit I got married in, because I'm divorced, So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I think like I have a bunch of stuff in plastic. I have one of the original USA World Baseball jerseys. If a moth attacked that, I would be angry. I'd be angry. I just don't wear it a lot because it's white. Moths just want the light. They really do, though. They really do. The patch and the mohawk. Or the Did we just invent something? Patent pending, patent pending. I think we just invented my. I will see you, Mr. Sewing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I created a character right now. Well, actually, no, Donnell did. Patent pending, patent pending. The Bond villain Dr. So. I like that. I like that. I do look more villainous without my without my chin beard, because my eyebrows are extremely villainous. It's available at Walmart. Bob bought a really nice rug, and it came complete with moths. What a mess! I had no idea that there was this whole. I bought a bunch of rugs. There's a whole world of buying rugs, and you're totally right about the moths. I actually knew someone that warned me about that. I was just like, well, I wasn't planning on on that again anyway. Oh, I'll let you have that one. I think you just created something. I need a big black coat like Brad Pitt was wearing in Fight Club. Look like an 80s villain from the Stallone and Van Damme movies. Van Damme was my guy. I still own Lionheart on VHS, the original copy that I had back in the day when it came out. If Van Damme was in a movie, I probably own it. Oh, I miss that whole hammer pants era with the big pants and the goofy shoes. Oh, I have so much fun traveling. I think a lot of it is the journey. I love being out in the middle of the desert. I love listening to music, jamming out, having a good time. I'm sticking to my word, and I'm traveling more. I've sat at home for the past 4 years, and I think on the weekends I'm going to start taking more trips. I won't necessarily go back to Vegas. I say that, and I'll go back. Dye the patch red and wear those with a trench coat for Halloween. I like that idea. I like that. In my neighborhood, I live near an elementary school, so we get this really weird mix. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. There's feathers everywhere. The feathers got me. And I can't just sneeze once. I have to sneeze at least 4 or 5 times. It's awful. Oh, every time I sneeze, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. He's allergic to the feather duster. That would be pretty much par for course. I am one of those people, like, I'm allergic to everything. I have to use certain like soaps that have less lilac in it. It's a mess. So I wouldn't be surprised if I was allergic to that. But I'll suffer. I'll suffer for fashion. So I look like the Dose has got me on that. I look like the RuPaul Drag Race version of Mr. T. I'm taking that title too. My mother sneezes a minimum of 20 times every day. If I lived where you lived, I would be sneezing during the spring. And I have allergies yet to be discovered because I grew up in an extremely dry climate. When I started traveling around, I was like, oh, I'm allergic to that. Oh, that makes me itchy. Like I discovered it more when I lived in Oregon, because in Oregon, people are very outdoorsy, and we are here too in California, but I think I'm immune to the plants in my area. Oh man. I went off. It is weird how much cheaper everything is in Las Vegas. I had such a good time. The food was amazing. I'm happy just you got through the sneezes with man. That's real though. That is real. That is real. I do too. I'm allergic to cotton, and I'm surrounded by cotton fabric and pollen. Exactly. I think that's the thing. Pollen grabs me. I live off of Flonase and out. Same. That's how I know if I went to certain areas, I would be absolutely sneezing my face off. Word to the wise, don't wear the fringed poncho and feather headpiece to work. They're used like at my job, they're used to my wacky behavior. I could walk in. I've made a bunch of fake fur coats, and there was one time I came in. I was wearing shorts, but I pulled my coat close, and I was wearing just a beater underneath. So I walked in wearing my fur coat with my boots on, and they were like, "You better have clothes on, dude." They're used to my wacky behavior. I made a kilt years ago, and I was in my big white truck, and I went to the grocery store. I shut the store down. After that, I was laughing so hard. I drove to my work. I got out of the truck. It was comedy. It was comedy. So I think people are just used to me wearing outrageous stuff. And plus, let's be real, I live in Southern California, so everyone is extremely open-minded. I think about that because I work around some pretty rough and gruff people, but like where I live, partially because of my job, you kind of have to be open-minded in the first place, but you know, you have to keep an open mind at my job. Oh. And I bought a caftan, but I'm not going to reveal that until I make another caftan because like I said, I'm going to do a bunch of redemption videos because 4 or 5 years ago, I just wanted to have a YouTube channel. I made a caftan. It is a disgrace. The video is still up. I thank everybody who is still subscribed to me. But I'm going to do a redemption video of a caftan that I made 3 or 4 years ago. They use to your cray they are. And let's be real. Let's be 100% real. This cray this is hereditary. My father was outlandish. He was insane. He would talk to anybody. If you ever seen Do the Right Thing, we used to call him the mayor, not because he would drink, but because he was friends with everybody. My pops was the unofficial mayor. So because he was a goof bag, it kind of led the way. So the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So those people worked with my father before, and he was outlandishly cray. I'm more, hey, look at my clothes. He would make them participate. I make them watch Mona. There's a difference. He would make all the workers participate in his crazy schemes. I don't involve them. I go in the gym and pose and mind my own business. I do not use my employees as props. So they love my cray cray compared to my predecessor's cray cray. Oh, I'm. They know when if they look at my car and they see a bunch of clothes, they're like, okay, he's gonna leave us alone today because he's gonna go film. I have to ask a question. I have to. We're almost 2 hours in. I have to ask this question. Why did mullets come back? Or did they never leave? See, in places like Australia, the mullet never went out of style. Wazza and Dazza, they're rocking mullets right now. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've seen the mullet come and go, and it's weird to me. I watch a lot of hockey, and in hockey, they call it hockey hair. But when I was traveling around, I could not believe how many young men I saw rocking full mullet. And this one young man walked up to me because I wear cowboy boots. I do. It gives me the illusion of they just moved down south. This young man walked up to me. He's like, nice boots. I'm like, thank you, brother. I look up at him. Full mullet. I mean, full party. Business in the front, party in the back. Absolutely, Candace. Absolutely. And it was more than one person. Mullets are everywhere. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think they truly ever left. Some people just didn't want to let that one die. I watch a lot of hockey, and in Minnesota, there's this obsession with the mullet. Okay, I live in Southern California, and I saw mullets on my side of the border. I was looking for antique shops. I was pulling over. I'm making friends. I'm networking. I'm telling everybody I have a YouTube channel. I am going to every little desert town. I'm barnstorming. I'm self-promoting because I'm looking for sewing machines, and I always find them in weird places. But it was weird to me. People are rocking the mullet. Let's be real. I haven't had hair since there was a 19 in front of the year. So I'm not looking into different hairstyles. And if I let my hair grow out, I would have a side fro. I would look like I'm an Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I don't do it because and it's gray. Whenever I don't shave for a couple of days, I'll look and I'm like, oh, my hair is gray. But it's just weird to me. And I don't judge. But it made me laugh. My son recently finally cut his cousin it hair. But he asked me, he's like, can I get this hair? And I was like, sure, go ahead. Go get whatever you want. He was like, can I get a mullet? And I looked at my son. And I was like, if you ever want to get a girlfriend, do not cut your hair in a mullet. So I saved my son from cutting his hair into a mullet. You know what's hilarious to me? You live in Cali and you think the mullet is weird. You know what? I pay attention to trends in fashion. Like when Jankos came back, I was like, did I get in a time machine? Everybody's wearing baggy pants again. And I was like, did I miss that memo? When they started showing the shag cut and the werewolf cut, I thought of no, not again. Exactly. It is very Lost Boys-ish. I think that's what it is. I think because I was there, not the first time around, but I was there. You won't let your natural side mohawk, but you would wear one. Oh, you wouldn't. You won't let your natural side, mohawk, your natural side, side mohawk. I would look like Homie the Clown. Dose. I would you see Homie the Clown? That's my hair. That is my hair. I am bald all the way up to where my cowlick used to be. And I just have Homie the Clown hair. That wouldn't even be a side hawk. I'm going to do it one day. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will grow my hair out. Oh, Okay, darling, great friend. Gotta run to bed before hubby gets fussy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I will see you on Wednesday. I'm excited. I am extremely excited. For anyone that doesn't know, I will be on Donnell's channel on Wednesday at 3 o'clock West Coast time. Come check us out. Go subscribe to Donnell's channel, please, if you're not already subscribed. Some passions I only do once. Next time around, I vote no. So true, Katie. So true. So true. Ear mustache. That's exactly what it is. Have a great night, Donnell. Thank you so much for stopping by. Email me if there's any ideas for Wednesday. I already emailed you the link. Thank you so much. If you need a theme, I'll think of a few things. I could fill some airspace. I have a few things. I've been cleaning out my closet, and I have a few things I'm proud of, and a few things where I'm like, this needs improvement. So I have a ton of stuff to show, and so as always, and I live in the museum that sewing built. Oh man, you know it's so strange to me. Of when I go to Nevada, everything's cheaper. Everything. It is so insane to me, the high prices. I went to the grocery store in Nevada just to see everything's cheaper than where I live. Gotta go late here. Thank you so much for stopping by, Candace. Thank you so much. You are welcome here in the House of Sewing. I'll be back at it on Wednesday night. And on Wednesday, I'll be on Donnell's channel as well. Thank you so much. We're gonna have a blast. This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, I'm off for bed through this time. I'm excited. Yay! Did you buy chips? Not in Nevada, but I bought Cool Ranch Doritos today. Hold on, let me go get them. You guys are gonna jump. Thank you. I heard about you from Donnell. I subscribe to you. Thank you so much, Candace. Thank you so much. Okay, Katie Crafts. I know the $7, the $7 ruffles were outrageous. Get ready for the $6.29 Dorito. Hold on. There they are. These were $6.29. We pay. I'm laughing, but where I live, we pay outrageous prices for things. I'm not kidding you. Like, every time I go on a trip, I go to a Carl's Jr. There's a Carl's Jr. up the street from my house. I go every time. I got a bacon western combo, and it was almost 19. It was like $18. Okay. In Nevada, I purchased the exact same. I purchased the exact same combo, and it was $9. Your breath is about to be kicking like white baby shoe. Like white baby shoe. You know what my problem is? I went to the store hungry today. Never go to the grocery store hungry. My son and I, we looked like we looked like someone like we looked like kids. Our cart looked like kids, but I bought food. It wasn't just boxed food. I have this thing because I actually cook. I feel sorry for people who don't know how to cook. I did buy a lot of junk food, but I also bought food to actually cook. Oh, good times. Good times. Oh, this poor phone is overheating. California is expensive. Our food is more expensive here. Everything is more expensive. Even when I went, I do not go to Starbucks at all anymore. But when I'm out of town, I do because I drink tons of coffee. Even my drink in California is like $7 or $8 because I get ad shots, all kinds of stuff. That same drink that I order in Nevada was I think $3 or $4 or something crazy like that. If I could get a gas pump truck and fill it up over there and then bring it back home, I doubt the math would add up though. We pay crazy prices here. We just do. And honestly, I do not know how people survive where I live. I do not know how people make it where I live, honestly. Like if you're not getting help, I saw this thing where it said the average person to live in Southern California, you have to make $150,000 a year. Nobody's making that. Like there's a lot of people who are, but most people are not. So it's unreal here. All right. Well, I've been going for 2 solid hours. Today was definitely a clip show. I want to thank everybody who's recently subscribed. Um, I I'm humbled and I say nothing but thank you. When I first started my channel, I didn't think I would be this far. So I thank everybody who has subscribed to me. I'm a crazy guy who loves sewing. I've taken a little break from my shorts. I'm going to be back at it. So be prepared to be over inundated with shorts if you hit the bell icon. Um I'm working on a video right now because I didn't do a Friday sews last week because I was so anxious to leave. So I'm working on a video right now. I will definitely be back at it on Wednesday. I'll be on Donnell's channel at 3 o'clock, and then I'll be back here, same bat time, same bat channel, 7:50 West Coast time. It's early here, so I'm gonna go sashay into my kitchen. Dose got me with the RuPaul thing. Shantae, you stay. Me and my mohawk will be back at it on Wednesday. I hope everybody has a great night. It was a great show today. Thank you so much, Alibaba. Thank you so much. Great to see you too, Ollie. Great to see you. I'll be back at it on Wednesday. Sincerely, thank you. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.